What is up, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Crypto FUD. Happy Saturday. And let's jump right into this. Hope everybody had a great Friday. I know I did. Spent some time with the family, relaxing. Took my eyes off the charts, I think, for like 30 minutes. Solid 30 minutes, so. But we had some crazy things happening yesterday, mostly in DeFi. If you guys remember, we did go live yesterday morning. Crow was going absolutely berserk, and it continued to go. We're going to pull up those charts here in a minute. But shout out to everybody that bought in on Crow when we dropped it on the Discord freaking like a day after it dropped, which was over a month ago, I would imagine now. Well over a month. Some people held on, and I'm like, whew, that's craziness. Some people in the chat were saying they had over 1 trillion, which is nuts. So I'm sure they made out really well. So shout out to everybody. Crypto James, Fagerio, Real, what is going on, guys? Eller, Rob, Rosales, James, what's going on, family? AVK, feel like I haven't seen you in a while. April, what's going on, girl? TJ, what up, big dog? I hope everybody, like I said, had a great Friday. Happy Saturday. Let's jump right into this. So we're going to check out DeFi because I know that's like the main topic right now, what's going on, obviously, in this market that we're in right now. But if you guys have been following the streams, you guys already been prepared, at least mentally, of what's going on in the market, right? You guys already know we have the FOMC meeting coming up on the 1st. I've been saying that it was on Monday. The 1st is actually, I was looking at the wrong freaking calendar. So May the 1st is Wednesday. So we have a few days. I'm sitting here saying it's going to be this Monday. And I realized last night when someone was like, Monday's not May the 1st. I'm like, really? It's not. So, holy crap. Look at Randy all unique. Look at that wrench on Randy, boys. Flip, what's going on, big dog? Nico. Yeah, so what I was saying was I got my dates a little bit wrong as far as when Monday's falling on. So we have a few days. Monday obviously is going to be Wednesday coming up, but it is the 1st. May the 1st is when FOMC meeting is going to drop. And I've been telling you guys, expect some volatility. You know, I don't think it's going to be a big sell-off like crazy because the market's already kind of priced in that there's going to be another pause. The Feds are just kicking it down the can as far as a reduction in interest rates. You guys already know we've been covering that since November of 2023 in regards to us getting rate cuts. Well, you know, at that time we were anticipating somewhere like maybe March, April. Well, we got word, obviously, with the CPI reports coming in, it's kind of hotter than expected, that they're going to most likely continue to prolong those reductions on interest rates, which in return will have a negative effect on the markets, but I don't think it's going to be too much. It's just pretty much holding us back on basically continuing up a rally. So with that, you can see Milady right now sitting at around 16.7. I told you guys that my buy zone was anything under the 17.8, so that's pretty much what I'm still sticking to, eating up the dips. I do think right now we are finding some support right at the 618. We're literally right at the 618. We've been consolidating right there. So I'm kind of just watching. You know, I do want to just get the best price that I can. So I think in these next few days, that's when I'm going to really start dollar cost averaging. And like I said, that's normally what I do. I buy in. And to be honest with you guys, I'm going to be completely frank. So I did catch, not the top up here, but I did catch somewhere around here where I did reposition myself on a big chunk of my Milady. And what I did was I just basically repositioned myself, left the funds right there with anticipation that I'm going to be buying right back in because I told you guys FOMC meeting was coming, right? So, you know, I paid the fees. Unfortunately, you know, when you sell, especially on crypto.com, it feels like they're robbing the hell out of you. I always told you guys, I figured out what's going on is that when you're on crypto.com, they're showing you a price that's 5% inflated. So what that means is, like, right now, the actual price for Milady is at 16.9. If you go on your crypto.com app, it'll probably tell you that it's at 17.3, 17.4, like whatever 5% would be. Let's see, 5% from where we're at right now would be technically somewhere around 17 freaking 9, dude. So they're telling you right now we're at 69. They would pretty much show you a price of what you're holding at 17.9, which is not correct. It'll make it look like you have a lot more money in your account. So when you go to sell, oh no, they're selling at the exact price at 16.9. So when you go to sell, like let's say you have $1,000, it's saying in your crypto.com, and you go to sell and they're selling and you only get $800 back. You're like, what the hell? $200 charge? Well, no, they're freaking they're basically inflating the price for whatever reason they do that. So whenever they go to sell, they do charge you a small fee, but also they're selling at the actual market price. So it just looks like they're taking a lot. They're not. But what I'm getting to is I repositioned myself somewhere up here around the 20 mark. And, even right now, I technically could buy in and I could get 15% more of 15% more because I'm going to use the exact same money that I sold for me to just buy back in. So, and I am going to be doing that. I'm kind of just waiting for that perfect spot to see if maybe we're going to drop down towards the 15.8, but I do not want to be greedy, right? I don't want to miss out, and then we start rallying and then I'm like then I'm having to buy in at a higher price. So if you guys do want to learn that stuff, this is stuff that we're going to be covering in depth on our members only stream, which update tomorrow. Usually we have our members only stream on right now pretty much early on Saturdays, but we're going to have our members only stream tomorrow. Remember, I did do a little questionnaire and everybody was kind of saying Saturdays and Sundays, switch it up. So we're going to switch it up this weekend and we're going to do a members only stream for tomorrow. And remember, we do have an airdrop coming for NFK. We're going to be talking about NFK. We got some big things that dropped last night. If you're not in the Discord, you're going to find out right now. But we do have an airdrop coming for NFK No FUD Koala. It's going to be probably in the next week or 2 weeks is when we're going to be dropping that airdrop. And all you have to do to be eligible is become a member, and have a Solana wallet so you can receive that airdrop. So, but we will talk about that a little bit more. All right, so we got Randy the Regulator. That's what we're going to call Randy. Randy the Regulator. Let's see here. AI, what's going on daily? He said he's glad he bought call last month. Nice. Fajerio's calling him Boss Randy. All right, I like that one. That one rings bells. Boss Randy. Eduardo said Kronos big three. We're going to cover that right now. Work that winch, boy. Eduardo. Let's see here. Nico said still holding strong. It is still holding good. Craig, what's going on, bro? Flip, great info on crow fees. No worries, brother. No worries. Let's see here. Bye hi. What's going on, brother? Texan, what's good? My guy just got in. Sorry, it's been sorry if I've been asked already, but he's saying, but effing crow with knife. And yes, sir. So let's go here. So let's jump in. So like I said, right now we're holding that 16.9. Bitcoin right now 63.1. It did drop last night to about 62.4. 62.4, and you can see technically for right now we are on somewhat of a downward trend. Nothing too crazy, like I said. I do expect us to kind of stay around in this trend. We might break out here and there, but I do expect us to most likely come down. And I think by Wednesday, we'll probably be somewhere around possibly 61.6. You never know with Bitcoin. It could do you expect something, and it's going to be like, oh, really, Crip? This is what you expect? And then like a freaking $100 billion buy comes in and we start flying up again, and it just like devaluates everything I just said, right? So take it with a grain of salt, but I'm expecting somewhat of a continuation of a small little downward movement as we just approach this FOMC meeting for Bitcoin. And I think the next spot that we're going to have, and I think the line in the sand is going to be 61.6 as far as that support level. So we'll see how that works out for us. So a couple of things I just want to come off rip, and let's see here. So NFK, right now we are up technically 24-hour period. We're up about 14%. 6 hours, we're up about 25%. Last night, holy smokes. You guys see this freaking crazy candle we had? We shot up 300% last night as all of DeFi was really going crazy last night for whatever reason. We did see somewhat of a big sell-off because everybody seems to be in the community wanting to take their little gains, right? Make their little money, which is, I'm not going to criticize you, but geez, let's let the damn token build up. Last night we were at $1.5 billion market cap. Do you guys understand? Listen, I understand that you guys are making your quick gains, and I'm not going to criticize you because I know who it is. I know every single one of your wallets, right? And you can transfer to 5 different wallets. You're not fooling anyone, honestly, but it doesn't matter, right? You're never going to hear me call you out, right? But what I'm getting to is if you guys can just hold, I mean, I'm just not financial advice, but bro, we're going to continue to jump up. We're going to keep riding. Imagine whenever we're up, you know, thousands of percent, and you're sitting here taking these little $500 profits. You're missing out on yourself, and you're. It's not like you're holding the project down, but I mean, damn, let's see the project, you know, just keep going up and blossoming. You know, last night we made an all-time high, and I'm watching all you guys just selling and selling and selling. I'm like, dude, they're missing out. But I mean, like I said, it's the part of the territory, right? Buying and selling. We're all here to make money. I understand. But I'm trying to basically, without spilling the beans, telling you guys that we have so much down the road. So much down the road that, you know, holding, you're not only supporting the token, the channel, but you're also setting yourselves up for some big gains. Don't let these little small hanging fruits, you know, distract you and for your little small gains that you're taking right now versus when we get up. Imagine we were just at 1.5 million last night. Imagine when we're at 10 million. Imagine when we're at 20 million. Imagine when we hit 100 million. You're going to be looking back, even though you're like, well, Crip, I'm buying back in. Yeah, but you keep, every time we come up, you're selling off. So you're making little gains versus if you just hold. Right now is the perfect time you buy in, right? And you just hold. We get up to that 10, 20, 30 million dollar mark. Now you're going to be sitting on thousands and thousands of dollars, right? So I mean, you do you. You know, all I'm saying is you're not going to get any like, I'm never going to call you out or anything like that. I'm just saying, for heaven's sake, let's just build this. Let's continue to build and let's let this thing blossom because we're all going to win. We're all going to win. And that leads me to what we dropped last night. Last night, shout out to Prodigy. Prodigy, where are you at, bro? You haven't said anything in the chat. I need you to say something in the chat. Where are you at? I'm going to call you out on the Discord. Let's go, Prodigy. Where are you at, bro? I'm getting tired of you not interacting in the chat. If you're in the Discord, watch. I'm calling him out right now. Randy, I'm calling him out right now. I'm over it. He wants to be all in the Discord all day, all night, but when we're on streaming, he's watching in the background, but he's not he doesn't want to interact in the chat. And I'm done with it, guys. Just kidding. So last night, shout out to Prodigy, shout out to everybody and the whole No FUD Koala gang, especially the marketing group. We dropped, and there he is. Look at that. Look, my boy's got a wrench too. What's going on, Prodigy? So listen to this. Shout out to Prodigy and everybody, but this was honestly, this was Prodigy's product. This is his production. My boy killed it, and he'd been working for weeks on this. I'm talking about staying up night and day while he's already working and supporting his family, you know, to drop these NFTs. We dropped them last night, and if you guys are interested, I'm gonna drop the link right here in the I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Let's see here. There you go. I just dropped it in the chat. That's the direct link to the No FUD Koala. They're what is it, Prodigy? Like $5, $6 to per NFT, and some of them are rare. I was getting word back that some people. Oh, BP, I got you, bro. Hold on, your family too. So I got word that some people were buying in and getting rares, and they were checking the value, and it was like worth a few $100s. I don't know how true that is, but they're buying them $5 or $6 a piece for this collection, and you guys can go through. You can't, so it's all by random, right? So you have to you hit the mint button. I think this is on it is on the screen. So you hit the mint button, and I would do it right now. Actually, I'm gonna have to. I'll buy an NFT right now. So let me see. I don't know if it's gonna show you my NFTs though, because it's in my wallet, and my wallet for whatever reason it will not let me show it on screen. I don't know if that's like a security measure for Phantom, but it won't let you. But I can show you guys. I can show you on here what I do own. So let me see here. But the link that I just posted, you guys can go into that link, and all you have to do is connect your wallet. All right, so I have, let me look at this one. So the first one is number 113. So I have 113. Can you go back? How do I go back? Oh, they're like out of number, it looks like. It's a little, let me see something here. Let me see if I have one that's on this screen. Which one is this? 141? Is it on here? 141 should be. Oh, here's 141. I have this one right here. Don't be screenshotting my stuff. I think it fits me. The only thing, Prodigy, is it has to have, bro, my guns are like 5 times that right there, bro. That's the only difference, I would say. But it fits me. It really does. So, yeah, I was able to grab this one last night. And I have a few other ones as well. But they're not numbered on here. So, just wanted to let you guys know we dropped the NFTs, so you guys can add to your collection. Like I said, all you have to do is join hit the link, and I'm gonna pin it to the top. And let's hear anything. So everything that we any NFTs that get sold are getting, all that money is getting brought right back into NFK, the project. So just letting you guys know, you guys will obviously get a beautiful collection of however many you buy. These will be yours to own forever, and you actually can sell these later on down the road. But everything that is sold on these, and we have sold, I believe, we're at 162. We just dropped last night. We've already sold 162 NFKs. All that is going to be dropped right into the project. So it's a return. It's you getting a value of NFTs and also supporting the token and the channel. So it's a win-win for all of us. Let me see here. Moderator. Save. There we go. So I did pin the link on the top. All I have to do, like I said, is just join or get into here onto the No FUD Koala and just connect your wallet and then hit the mint. You can obviously put in as many as you want if you want to buy 10. We have some people that have already bought like 20, 30 of them. So definitely a big thing last night. And again, shout out to everybody, especially Prodigy, bro. We really appreciate everything you're doing for us, man. We really do. Now let's jump in. Let's see here. Troy, what's going on, bro? I'm glad you're here to make it. Troy's still learning how to do the whole Discord thing. He's like, he'll message me and he's like, hey, is this the Discord chat? I'm like, yep. I was like, all right. But I was like, you got to go to the general chat, bro. You're private messaging me. He's like, oh, all right. All right. So last night we saw, or yesterday really, not even last night. One thing I want to say is look at Kronos last night. We had call, which is up 82%, but really it's up like hundreds of percent right now, right? We have Mystery, which is up 121%. Buy the dip, 12%. Ryoshi, I know a lot of people are happy about that. 181% up. Kreese, 75%. Nuts, 52%. Whatever this is, Chucky, up 40%. Bro, last night, DeFi, specifically Kronos, a lot of the top Kronos projects were going absolutely ape shit last night, and I don't know if it was just call bringing the whole market up or what. But one thing I want to show you guys. So last night, I want to show you guys. So you see how we had a crazy run up, and then we had a lot of people took profits, which is perfectly fine because at the end of the day, we're gonna keep building. Look what happened with call. Had a crazy run up, and look at that. They dropped right back down. They had a big drop, and it looks like a lot of people ate that dip, and now they're kind of consolidating, but they did regain a lot of their gains. That's pretty much what we're doing right now. So, I mean, call ran up. I mean, you got to remember, just a few days ago, call was at $10 million market cap. It's at about 60. Last night, it was at almost like 70, I believe, at a time, maybe even more. It was getting close to 100 million as of last night. So, I mean, you're talking about at some point, just from buying in a few days ago, a 10x. We dropped call the day it dropped. The market cap was at, when I bought in on call, the market cap was at about 500,000. By the time I dropped it in the Discord and everybody was buying in, it was at like 600-700 because it was flying fast. So a lot of people held on, and I mean, like I said at the beginning of the stream, shout out to them. I'm happy and I'm also jealous because you guys already know I ended up selling off of a small gain, and this is what I'm saying. I sold, which I thought I was making out. I made like $4,000 in like 2 days, right, off of call. This was way back, and I was like, hell yeah. You know, I was like, that's a good 2-day work right there, right? And I'm sure a lot of people that are doing this for NFT or NFK are like, hell yeah, I just made $500 or I'm up $1,000. That's cute. Look what happened to everybody that held on, though. We see people cashing out 50, 60, 70,000. Last night, we got word that one of the devs cashed out $400,000 last night, right? I mean, he's a dev, so he had a lot. And I heard that a lot of people were mad about, not us, but I'm saying people on the diehards in call were mad that he sold out. And you know what? I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? They really need, if you don't really understand what goes behind the scenes when you drop projects, you know, we're getting a dose of it. Me, the devs, the marketing. You got people that are at the beginning and they switch up on you, you know, and that happened with call as well. You know, we're dealing with stress as far as like just people trying to blackball the token, you know, and trying to like put bad publicity out there because they're pissed, you know, at us because we don't want to work with them, you know, things like that. But we're seeing them buying in on NFK. That's the funny thing. But what I'm getting to is people don't realize what these people go through when they're dropping these projects and having and stressing about, you know, making sure, because, you know, when you drop, you want to see this thing blossom. You want to see it go crazy. You want to see, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot out of you. And I know everybody that's in the dev team is like, yep, you know, because it takes a lot out of all of us behind the scenes, what we're trying to do here, right? We have good intentions and we're trying, but at the same time, we can't control the whole, you know, nature of what's going on around us. We can only just keep pushing forward and keep, you know, raising the bar, you know, and that's what we've been doing. But the point of what I'm getting to is, for these people, like the guy sold off $400,000, and this was a big reason why it dropped down right here. Well, I'm like, you know what? These guys have been working their asses off for the last few months, right? He created a beautiful project that's been killing it, and they finally got to their ultimate goal. I'm sure they want bigger, higher goals, but they got to that, you know, that main goal of getting onto crypto.com, right? And the guy took some profits. Good for him, bro. Good for him. I can only imagine what they've gone through because they're even a bigger project than we are. You know, when call dropped, there was some massive drops, right? You saw it running, and then you'd see massive drops, and I'm sure it had to do with a lot of what we've been dealing with, you know. But they kept moving, kept trucking, and finally they got to reap the benefits. So you know what? You can be mad at the devs for selling off a big position, but I think they deserve it. And look, the guy sold off 400K, and it's not even affecting call. I mean, they're still killing it. So definitely shout out to everybody, especially the dev team on call. They're definitely killing it over there. Would love to down the road, maybe we'll work with them. All right, Prodigy, we'll talk about it, bro, because this guy's like so proud of his little Ryoshi, and the whole time he was like, Crip, should I be buying this? And I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was like telling him, I'm like, I don't know, man. It was like when it was down here, you know, and I was like, bro, I don't know, bro. He was asking me, I was like, I don't want to tell you no, right? And you miss out on gains. I was like, it just doesn't look good right now. I was like, it's literally bleeding out. And he's like, he took my opinion, but he did his own thing, right? And that's what I always tell you guys. I'm not the Holy Grail, and whatever YouTuber that you listen to is not the Holy Grail, but you want to listen and get different opinions, but you want to ultimately make your own decision. And I'm glad that he did, because he made out really well. This project blew up out of nowhere, and I'm sure he's sitting pretty. Now, the question is did he take profits? Right? Did he take profits, or is he going to ride this bad boy all the way down? Who knows? But Ryoshi definitely did kill it, up almost 200%. And really, if you think about it, when they were at this high right here, this isn't an all-time high, but a local high, they were probably up over 200, well over 200%. So definitely killing it. You know, another project on Kronos that was, last night that went absolutely berserk. Mystery, look at this one. Where's Justin at? Justin's our little Kronos guy that gives all the updates on Kronos. Where you at, Justin? So I know he's always in here talking about this stuff. So let's see here. So you can see this project's up 120% as well. $4 million market cap. So a little bit bigger than Ryoshi. But last night, I don't know what it is, but all the DeFis on Kronos, not all of them, but the top like 5 that have been doing really well, literally went absolutely crazy last night. So if you were just pretty much in Kronos last night on a lot of these projects, you definitely woke up and you're doing really well. So shout out to them. Let me see here if I'm missing anything in the chat, and then we're going to go through, obviously, the crypto bubbles, and we're going to go through some news real quick. So BP said make sure you guys hit that like. Yep, we got 40-something people here and 21 likes. Damn. Come on now. Lou said, hi, all new to NFTs. How do you tell if it's rare? That's a good question, and I'm gonna so real quick, with any NFT, you see how you click in, and it has these are going to be your attribute. I can't pronounce this word. Sorry, I swear I can read. But this basically is going to categorize what's the difference between this NFT, right? So background, it's a duck egg, which means it's the color. Skin, it's a brown skin. So what it is that there's certain characteristics that are going to deem this as a rare. Like out of like 1,000 NFTs, only one of them are going to have maybe a black nose or something like that. Something like that will become rare. How will you know it's rare? We don't have that out yet. I'm sure Prodigy has like a spreadsheet that we'll release, and we'll pretty much it'll you can kind of go through it, and it'll give you a percent on how many koalas are green. 5%, right? And it'll kind of, what it do is it'll do the math for you, and it'll tell you if you actually have a rare or not. So I think I have this one right here too with the jersey. Crypto James just blessed somebody with the membership. Nice. That means just in time you're going to be getting that airdrop. Bogart, what's going on? I'm trying to catch up. Frank asked in my back end call. No, I'm not, bro. I'm not. I missed out. Like I said, I sold out, made that like 3 or 4 grand. I did actually buy back. I was swing trading call for a while, and I mean, I made some good bread off of it, but I didn't buy back in and hold for the long time like I was preaching that I was going to do. BP said, FUD, go on. Wait, it says, FUD, go to your profile and click my NFTs. Oh, you can do that on here? Oh, okay. How do I do it? Oh, my NFTs. Oh, there we go. BP, I appreciate that. And James, I told you I had NFTs, bro. So these are the ones. Oh, you can burn NFTs? I didn't know that, bro. That's crazy. So these are the 3 that I have. I didn't know I had one with the nose ring. I hope that's like a rarity, but Prodigy's like, that's not rare, bro. That one's not rare. There's this one, and there's this one. Those are the 3 that I have. So don't be screenshotting my stuff now. Trying to walk around. Oh, I just got 3 NFTs. Screenshotting my stuff. Just kidding. Let's jump into the crypto bubbles real quick. Yeah, I know if you burn, you're going to lose it forever, bro. I already know that. All right, so looking at the crypto bubbles for the daily, you can see the market's just, it's nothing too crazy, right? You have HBAR down from that big run. Pepe's down, was running pretty good. WIF is down 6%. Floki, Chills, Fetch, Theta's down. Rune, you can see pretty much everything's down around the same amount, right? About 4 to 7%, give or take. You have a little bit of green in the mix, but nothing too crazy. Ethereum's up 1%, so nothing too crazy. And Justin wants us to look at the next. So looking at the next, Mu is down. Mule was doing pretty well the last few weeks. Popcat, never heard of it. GLM, Gollum, it's up 51%. Let's go to the next. Look at that. Helium Mobile's up 20%. Not too bad. Cock is up. It's always good to see Cock up, right? Definitely don't want it down. You want it up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you believe in this project, we're talking about this project, all right? Don't even get your mind out of the gutter, all right? I'm talking about the project. Man, I can't take you guys anywhere. I was waiting for Randy. Let's see here. So Justin said you can swap BNB on BSC to Mary on Kronos with just one click and much more tokens. I told you guys, Justin's our DeFi Kronos guy. And he said Popcat is Solana and people were pushing it. Nice. Is Popcat's down though, right? Yeah, it's down 20%. I mean, the market cap, what's crazy, this is strictly traded on DeFi, right? And we'll check it out in here in a second. $400 million market cap. That's almost twice, if not more. Yeah, that's literally like 3 times what Milady's market cap is right now. Milady's market cap is down 123 million right now. It's down. Nothing too crazy, but I mean, you can see for the month we're down technically about 36%. For the week we're down 10%, and for the day we're down pretty much 11%. But I will tell you, this isn't just a Milady's thing. This is a complete across the board, across the market. DeFi is doing relatively stronger than the traditional market. Like I tell you guys all the time, DeFi is a lag effect. So if the markets continue to go down, it will eventually trickle over to DeFi. It will. But DeFi usually is like weeks away. So if the markets are down for like a week or two and then it starts moving back up, it won't even affect DeFi whatsoever. But if the markets consistently stay down, usually a few weeks, a month, you're going to start seeing sell-offs in DeFi as well, where people are really going to start selling off. And it hits hard in DeFi. So I'm not saying that's going to be occurring. I'm just saying that's why you're like, why the hell is Bitcoin down? Milady's down. But you go on DeFi and everything's up 200+%, you know? Ricky said cock is up every morning. Is it really? I don't check the charts, but I'm sure it usually is up every morning. You know what I'm saying? It usually, yeah. I mean, people are probably pumping it in the morning, you know? So that's what it is. You got people that come in and just pump it, so it's up every morning. So, all right, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop. Loft said MMF is going to have its own central exchange. Nice. And you know, MMF is technically on Kronos, Arbitrum, and Polygon, believe it or not. They're on 3 different ecosystems. Randy said, my wife Becky says, he wasn't talking about the project. Becky, I'm really talking about the project. I'm serious. You guys, listen. I'm a gentleman and a scholar, all right? And this is a kid's channel. It's not my fault that they have a project called Cock in You. You know, it's these people. I just have to report the news. But you know what? It's better than just a few weeks ago when they had us looking at the other project that was Black Cock in You. Now I thought they were taking that to the extreme, right? So let's get back on track here. AI said, I'm waiting on base. I'm waiting on base on Beast Network to fly very early. Nice. Oh, on base. Yeah, Base Network. Okay. Randy, she's gonna be like, I want you to stop hanging out with Crip. He seems like he's bad. He's a dog. Kidamir, what's going on? I swear I'm not. I'm just messing around. It's these damn projects. But you know what? If you're creating a DeFi project, you got to find either a good character that sticks or a good name. And I'm not saying that name is like a great name, but you guys remember when it dropped like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, everybody was on every chat talking with their jokes about something, you know, about cocking you. So. Pure, let's see here. Ricky said pure adulterated technical analysis. There you go. Aye. So let's get serious, boys and girls. So let's see here. So there was a couple articles that I did want to look at. So Bitcoin chops around 64K with Japanese yen tumble, may signaling currency turmoil. So the yen's volatile episode may spread to other fiat currencies as U.S. rate cuts remain elusive amid sticky inflation, which could drive investors to gold and Bitcoin. I was going to say before we started reading, I was like, you know what? A lot of times when currencies start kind of getting into some kind of, like maybe there's FUD out there for currencies like they're saying yen could be tumbling, you'll see a lot of people looking for that that hedge against that kind of those whatever uncertainties for their currencies. Remember we were talking about this with China. A lot of people, that's why the ETFs over in Hong Kong are a big deal, because a lot of people right now are looking for out of country investments and not particularly investing into the US market, but looking for assets that they can invest in that no one country is governing, right? And when you think about that, there's not too many. You have maybe gold, which I think gold is an illusion. I think gold is an illusion. And it's what's so funny is that people that are all in gold will say the same thing about Bitcoin. They're like, oh, it's all fake. It's not real. And it's like, oh, all right. So you bought into gold. When does your gold get to your house? Well, you don't actually buy gold. Yeah, you're just buying. You're buying into the price of gold, which we all know that there's probably a freaking mountain that's carved hollow that has probably 7 quadrillion pounds of gold, but they're going to keep it in a stockpile because they want to make sure gold stays scarce, just like diamonds, right? There are minerals on this earth, that we probably have an unlimited source, right? But the only way to keep that price inflated is for them to kind of keep this supply and demand low, right? But with Bitcoin, you can't change the supply. They will argue until they're blue in the face that, oh, yeah, it's a program. Yeah, you can. And that's when I just end the conversation. But what I'm getting to is that, like, a lot, whenever you see like currencies having some issues or people are worried that the currency is going to be free falling, they will usually look, or the markets, like I was saying with China, before people in China, it's a custom. If a sign of wealth is real estate, buying in on real estate, even if it's not even built yet, and that's what kind of hurt a lot of the investors over there. Were that you know about the ghost cities over in China, where they were building a lot of these ghost cities with just people were just buying townhomes and condos just to say, yep, I own 10 condos, right? And it was basically an asset that they had. Well, a lot of those condos and townhomes and houses didn't get built, and a lot of those companies went bankrupt, which hurt a lot of investors. So what they're doing is they're looking for an asset that they can buy in on that won't necessarily be governed by any one country. So you have gold. You know my opinion on gold. You have silver. Same thing. It's kind of the same thing. You have Bitcoin, right? And I'm sure there's a few other things that you can buy, but you have something like Bitcoin where it's really not governed by any one country, So that's why I was saying the ETFs in China are going to be probably a really big thing, I think, long term, as far as a lot of money coming in. So, and that's what they're basically saying. A lot of people might drive investors to gold and Bitcoin, depending on what happens with the yen. So the Japanese yen fell Friday to its weakest levels against the US dollar since the 1990. Now this also is because the dollar has been gaining massive strength recently, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Let's go over. We haven't checked the DXY in a while. This is the dollar index. This is basically the dollar strength, and you can see our recent highs. Let me just zoom out real quick. So when we were in a bad bear market just a year or two ago, our highs were right here at $1.07. We're at a freaking $1.06 right now, right? So a couple things, and this is making a bull flag, believe it or not. Look at this. This is the dollar right here, making a bull flag. So, I'm not saying, oh man, things are going to be bad, but if you go back a year ago, the dollar strengthening was bad for Bitcoin. The dollar strengthening right now, I don't think it has anything to do with why Bitcoin's been kind of having a sell-off. But at the end of the day, it won't be necessarily a good thing for Bitcoin or any of the other forex currencies, right? So you have the yen down, the euro is down right now, and we'll go back to the article, but you can see Bitcoin remain flat around 64,000 as some altcoins slid lower. So the intervention may follow soon if yen, let's see here, if the yen devolution continues. Cryptocurrencies widely known for their often volatile nature were a sea of calm Friday as the Japanese yens tremble to the fresh 34-year low against the US dollar, left traditional markets observing mulling over potential knock-on effects. Bitcoin continued its recent choppy action during the day within a tight range around 64,000, down 0.9% over the 24 hours. The broad market fell slightly, more with smart contract networks tokens Solana, ICP, decentralized exchanges, Uniswap declining 2 to 4%. The Japanese yen drove another 1.3% during the day, a huge move for a major currency to its weakest levels against the US dollar since 1990, after the Bank of Japan held interest rates at near zero and didn't indicate much concern over the weakness currency. And that's another thing, like they said, since the 1990s, they've held interest rates at near zero. Even when inflation was going crazy, they stuck to their near zero interest rates. Remember, our way to tackle inflation is to drive up interest rates. And we've explained this plenty of times, but I want to make sure you guys, this is how you become a better trader when you know about all this stuff. So you're like, why do the feds increase interest rates? Why does that have an effect on the economy? Well, big purchases, buying a house, buying a car, a lot of times people, obviously, especially houses, are having to get loans. Well, interest rates, that's the loans that you're getting. That's how much interest you're paying back. So what it's doing is it's preventing a lot of people from going out and spending money. That's what they want to do. You have to remember, supply and demand. If they bring the demand down, meaning people are out there, they're not buying anymore, the prices will start to come down, right? All this started because of all the stimulus checks, because of the pandemic. They were pumping out money like crazy, just basically just putting money out there, handing it to anybody that had their hand out, right? So you had everybody walking around with money, just buying the hell out of all that stuff. And that money is still, believe it or not, circulating. Even though they did a study and like 60% of it all went straight to the top richest companies and people. Most of them collected all that money that got put out there. But there still is a big chunk that's still circulating. And that's why there's still a demand out there for even your groceries, for cars. Cars are still staying pretty high, even though they've dropped down a big chunk. And, just your normal stuff, that people like to waste money on. So, but during all this, even during the last, episode of us going through all this, the yen, Japanese, has kept their rates at basically zero, not even trying to tackle inflation, right? Well, now it's coming, the rooster's coming to roast. Did I say that right, Randy? The rooster's coming to roast? I don't think that was right, but you guys know what I mean, right? But basically now they're about to they're about to pay for all that, or they're speculating that it could come because of the fact that they didn't tackle inflation, and now their dollar currency towards the their yen currency compared to the dollar is starting to reduce more and more and more as time goes on. So Jer said it's coming to roost. Oh, okay, all right, thank you, Jer. All right. But yeah, I know reading these articles, you're like, it's boring. No. You have to know about all this stuff, right? Because you got to know why the markets are doing what they're doing. It's not just people buying and selling. Why are they buying? Why are they selling? These are the little things that you have to know, so that's why I want to keep you guys in the know as far as what's going on out there, right? Justin said, can you check dip on Kronos? Yeah, dip, buy the dip. Remember, we checked this out yesterday. I was cracking up because he's a tortilla chip. and he's saying, buy the dip. Yeah, that's hilarious. I know people are like, bro, it's not that funny. It actually is, all right? Because I'm always saying, get that chip and buy the dip, all right? And then they actually... Was it one of you guys that took my stuff and made a meme coin out of it? I want 20% off that. I'm going to find out who did it. That was my saying right there. Just kidding. So I mean, it's if you were able to catch this down here at the bottom of the fib, you're doing really well. This thing is broke above the 786, above the 618, and now it looks like it's climbing up towards that 0.5. So, you know, I don't really see much resistance other than maybe if it can break above that 0.5, coming up towards this 90 mark before it eats up a zero. That would be the next spot that I would say would be some fair resistance. But you already know this chart's very young. It could easily, you know, go different ways. Right, so right now, just looking at the actual chart, though, there's really not much as far as resistance in its way. A lot of buys coming in, so the project looks like it's trying to pump. So I mean, it doesn't look bad at all, bro. Market cap 8.6 million and liquidity over $6 million. So I mean, the project's got some good numbers, especially on Kronos. Those are good numbers. Yeah, we'll bring back up Crow with knife. So yesterday, I thought I put a let me check the other chart. Is it on VVS? This was yesterday. I'm trying to think. Yeah, this was yesterday. Okay. So yesterday, this was yesterday morning. That's right, man. Calls really gone up like crazy since yesterday morning stream. So remember yesterday it was running up, and I said, guys, it looks like it's trying to make an M pattern. Well, it actually made a W pattern. If you see, I was saying it looks like it's made two double tops, right? Well, it actually made two double bottoms as well, and played out to be a W pattern, which obviously you can see played out really well, and it shot up. So, what was I going to say? So, you know, as far as call, I mean, it looks great. It looks good. It looks like it's finally getting some support, and we'll actually map out a couple spots that I do see as some support. I think for right now, call is going to be all right, especially because it's a new hot thing that's on Kronos, right? So you're going to have you're going to have a lot of sellers buying in, and especially if there's any you're going to have a lot of buyers buying in, and if there's any big sales that come out, I think it's going to be eaten up pretty swiftly, just because you have a lot of people that are interested in buying in on the project. It might be sitting on the sides thinking that the project's pumped like crazy. So if you guys see any dips, just like I think honestly this was a healthy dip, because you can see it was just naturally coming down off of this high. You saw this big dip, and I mean, look, it jumped right back up. You know, so I mean, it doesn't look bad. You can see it's kind of going into some swings. You might have to where it comes back and retests this 61, and I think under wouldn't be a bad time to maybe dollar cost average in and buy in if you're long term on call. So the call looks great. They got dropped on crypto.com. So I mean, and yesterday too, I think when we saw a big sell off, this was like one of these sell offs. They freaking ran out of supply on crypto.com. So what happened was a lot of people couldn't buy in on crypto.com because they sold out. So I'm sure the devs had to figure out, you know, how, you know, as far as where to get, you know, one of the wallets and send over crypto.com their stuff. So Blue Oyster said I'm at a chicken show right now. What do you mean by that, bro? Oh, because I said they were coming to roost. Tim said it's a room full of IOUs in the US, not gold bars. Bro, realistically, that's why I crack up when people are so pro gold. And they're like, Bitcoin, there's nothing there. It's not tangible. And I'm like, bro, how many gold bars are you holding right now? Right? You don't have any gold, dude. And you're saying you have all this money in gold. You don't own any gold, bro. You own paper that says you own gold, right? What do you think? It's hilarious. It really is. TJ said he got a couple NFTs. Nice, bro. Oh, okay. Blue said he was at his kid's show. Nice, bro. Hope you enjoy yourself, man. BP said, BP said, your boy here working 4 more hours to go, but you know your boy is always here to hear that sauce. I appreciate you, bro. And you know what? Soon we're going to get you. We're going to get those pockets filled up. And you can say the hell with working, especially on Saturday. I mean, but I'm working, right? So it's all good. You got to get that money. You got to get the money, right? So we just got breaking news from our our Kronos. And we just heard, let's see here. He said they just dropped Squirrel with Knife. You know what? I was looking at Squirrel with Knife. That's already been out for a little while. Yeah, right here. Been out for a day because I was looking at it earlier. It's got a very low market cap. But, I mean, you got to risk it for the biscuit, right? You guys already know for those projects, I mean, you can make some good money, but be very cautious. Be very cautious. Look at this project now. Future, let's see here, FFTB. It's been out for like a day. Look at it. It's rallying. Is a community-driven token within the Kronos ecosystem. The mission is to increase awareness of the Kronos chain in the crypto space. They're doing pretty good. You know what's funny is I was looking at this like last night. And I was looking at it, I think like somewhere around here. How much is a trillion what of the last project that you had up? Squirrel with Knife. A trillion, bro? 100? 100,000? 100 million? 100 billion? A trillion is 17 grand. That's like the whole supply. Let's see. I'll tell you what's the supply. Oops, I didn't mean to copy that. So there's 777 trillion. Oh, how much is a trillion NFK? Oh, somebody else asked that. Trillion NFK is expensive. I will tell you that. It's above my price range. Or my price, whatever you want to say. 100, 100,000, 100 million, 100 billion. 1 trillion NFK is $37,400. 37 grand. We had somebody buy in last night. Shout out to Royal. Someone bought in last night $10,000 in one buy on NFK. And you hooligans, it was like freaking throwing blood into a water of sharks. They were freaking going crazy, taking their little gains. Freaking hooligans. We're going to the moon, boys. It was literally that they bought in 10 grand, and it was like literally chopping up meat and just throwing it into a damn lion's den. Everybody's like, "Rah!" I was like, bro, just relax. So a couple plays that I'm looking at right now, guys, as we continue to see some more of a downward move. I'm telling you guys, I'm watching. I got my eye on Myro. Myro's at not a bad spot right now, but I want a little bit cheaper. So I'm looking for anything pretty much. This is where I'm going to put it right here. This is going to be the line in the sand. Anything that drops around or below this spot right here which is going to be that 13. This is where we bounce off multiple times. So anything at this spot or below, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging in on Myro. And I probably, when it drops down to here, I'm going to buy a big bag. And then if it continues to drop, that's when I'll just throw small increments and just keep, buying in. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to here and then bounces. That's why I'll probably end up buying a bigger bag to start off with for that. Let me see here. Arbitrum, you guys still know I'm a big believer in Arbitrum. So anything I've been telling you guys, anything below that dollar mark is really what I'm looking for. So right now it's at $1.04, so it's not far. I'm looking for anything below that dollar for Arbitrum for some dollar cost averaging in. Let me see here. Jasmy, honestly, right now is not at a bad spot to be buying in, dollar cost averaging in. It's at 1.7 right now. So Jasmy is another one that I'm looking at. Let's see here. Suku, you guys remember I was in this one, small cap on Coinbase. I was able to catch, I sold off at around 24, 25. I bought in back here, but where I was picking up a lot back here. But I sold it in around 24. It is at around 15 cents, so I'm keeping my eye on this project because it always, I remember this even in the bull run, previous bull run, this thing would freaking have these crazy runs where it would be up like 300-400% in a day, and then it would always usually come right back down. So if you can catch it when it's down, dormant, you might sit on it for a little while, but eventually this thing will come back alive, and then you take those profits and then do it all over again. So I'm watching this. This market cap for this project is like crazy low. Let's see here. It's at $28 million. So, I mean, $28 million. That's why this thing will have those crazy fluctuations. But it's traded on crypto on Coinbase. So this thing has a lot of potential for a lot of investors to jump in. As far as catching those big runs. So when it starts running, it runs. That's why I always keep my eye on it and take some profits on that. So trying to see. Fetch isn't too bad right now at $2. It just, my ego, I was buying Fetch at like 15 cents. So looking at Fetch at $2, I'm like, and same thing with ICP. I was buying ICP at like $2. So it's like when it's even down right now, but it's at 12. I'm like, oof, I don't know if I could pay that much. Frank said, how do you think call will perform in the bull run? I think if we can get going, soon, it can run off this momentum that it has right now. I think call will do really well. I do. I mean, remember, Corgi AI was on Kronos, right? Corgi AI is on Kronos, and we'll go over to it. It's at a $500 million market cap. This thing was over $1 billion not too long ago, right? So to think that maybe call could possibly get up to $1 billion is not like out of the realm. I mean, it sounds crazy because it's only at 50 million right now, but I mean, it could do that. It honestly could do that. So I think if we get this momentum, if the markets, the traditional markets start running, right? We get back that hopium, that confidence back in the market, and we get into DeFi season here eventually in the next maybe 5 months down the road. I think call has a potential to possibly do something like what Corgi AI did. So there's a couple things that need to fall in its place, that'll help call do that, right? But I mean, I think if certain things happen and align themselves correctly, call could, like I said, get to those potential big market caps. So will it stay there? That's a whole nother question. Shazan, yo, Crip, what's up? Ain't been on live for a while due to work. Nice to be here today. Yep, I'm glad you're green, bro, and I'm glad you're here, brother. I hope you're having a great Saturday. Justin said, you see that Eminem is pardoning or did a video for Kronos? Did he? They finally started listening to me. I said they got to start dropping meme coins on their DeFi, their ecosystem. I said this was a while back. I said they have to start bringing in investors to build on the Kronos chain, like Solana's been doing, and they got to start getting back into promotions, big promotions. That's what did them so well back in 2021. And if that's true, they've been listening to me, guys. But that's good. Eduardo said, this is a good question. He said, are you buying Myro on Central or DeFi? That's a good question, brother. So you know what? I probably will buy Myro on DeFi. I probably will just buy it on DeFi because the fees are a lot cheaper, I feel like, on DeFi. So I'll just buy it straight, literally off my Solana wallet on Jupiter or Radium, most likely Jupiter. If I can buy a project on DeFi, I just buy it on DeFi. I honestly do. I will if like Milady I have on my Central, right? You can still buy that on DeFi as well, but my Milady, I feel like I just buy it on Central and leave it there. But if I can buy something on my DeFi wallet, I rather, because I feel like it's so much more secure and kind of off the grid in my DeFi, right? Doesn't it feel like what you have on your DeFi wallet is off the grid? So that's why I like leave it over there. Yeah, TJ said that's the best place to buy. It really is. That's what I'm saying. That's why we have DeFi, guys. Is decentralized finance, meaning it's not. It's like I said. It's off the grid. You are you control that. That wallet and the fees. If you're using, as long as you're using Solana or Kronos or these other ecosystems, Ethereum's very expensive, right? But any of these other ecosystems that have such cheap transaction fees, you're better off just buying it and keep it in your DeFi wallet, is my opinion. Because when you go to sell, it's like I said, it's so cheap. You're selling for like freaking nothing. But when you go to sell on these central exchanges, they're gonna charge you. So that's why I do it on DeFi. I even swap. So let's say like I make $5,000 right off of something on DeFi. If I want to cash out, I will swap it over to USDC and then send USDC over to my central exchange, and then I just swap that over to US dollar and then send it over to wherever however I'm going to cash it out, right? Versus if I have Myro and I want to sell, you send that Myro or whatever, let's say, Myro, you send it over to your the central exchange and then you go to sell it on there, they're going to charge you. They're going to charge you their little fees for you making that transaction, right? So you might as well do the transaction on DeFi on a swap that's going to be very cheap. Swap it over to USDC, which is very cheap, and then just send it over to your wallet. And then you can convert that USDC to US dollars for free. Just gave you guys that sauce right there. Yeah, Hungry, we were just talking about that. Hungry says, cock in you is pumped 10%. We were just talking about that at the beginning of the stream. I'm still laughing. Everybody was saying that for some reason, cock always pumps in the morning, right? And I'm like, bro, I'm like, this is a kid's, this is a kid's show, kid friendly. We can't be, I know you guys talking about the project, but at the same time, I'm like, are we talking about the project or what are we talking about here? Where are we at? What's going on here? Dollar is pumping, man. The markets are closed. I'd like to see what's going to happen this coming up week. Like I said, guys, we have the FOMC meeting coming up on Wednesday on the 1st, so I still am sticking to my guns as far as I think we're going to have a little bit more turmoil for the markets for right now. So for Milady, I am just keeping my eye on, and I told you guys I actually repositioned myself, aka I did sell off temporarily. Because you guys remember I told you guys that we were going to have some turmoil with this meeting coming up, and it's pretty much playing out right now. Now I was saying all that money is sitting right there, and I'm about to buy right back in. I'm going to pump this market all by myself. Just kidding. But if I think I sold somewhere around like the 21. So technically where it's at right now, I'm technically could get 20% more. 20% more than what I had. With the same liquidity, same funds. So I'm going to go ahead and probably do that sometime today. I don't even want to really gun it for like, it can go farther and farther down because I don't want to miss out, right? So I'm just watching it probably today, this weekend, at some point I'm going to just buy all right back in because I'm content with getting 20% more of what I was just holding on to with the same amount of money. So if you guys want to learn how to do that too, I mean, obviously, I gave the sauce, the last few days as far as what the markets I was probably saying was going to be happening, right? So I mean, that was just right there on the stream, but we'll be covering that a little bit more in depth on making plays like that on the members only stream. So make sure you guys hit that join. For Bitcoin, like I said, if we do start continuing to come down for the meeting, I think in the meetings on Wednesday, I think our line in the sand is going to be around 61.6. That's where I think that we're going to be coming down to and probably bouncing if we even continue to move. We might just chop sideways until the meeting. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But I still do think that we're going to see a little bit more turmoil for right now, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right. And just bringing it right back up, don't forget, you guys come check out the here, let me bring it up. Check out, we just dropped the NFTs, and I have the link on top of the chat. You can come in. All you have to do is connect your wallet, and we dropped a whole line of minted NFTs. You guys can buy your own. This is your NFT, and it's only like I think it's like $6 after everything's said and done per NFT. Cheap. Usually NFTs, I mean, they obviously, you guys know the Ethereum ones. Some of them that actually, those people that bought it on Bored Ape bought them when they were like this, right? And then it's out of nowhere, a year later, they freaking jumped up, and now they're worth, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Who knows? Maybe that could do that down the road. But what I'm saying is that right now, for the low $5 or $6, you guys can buy and mint your own NFTs, and some of them are going to be rare. And like I said, I already got word from some people saying that their value on some of them were up there already, like a few $100. So I was like, damn, it's a nice little buy. And like I said, anything that you guys do buy on here, we are putting it all back into the NFK project. So definitely a good way to support the project as well. Randy, I'm giving you the sauce, bro. Justin said, can you check Chronic on Kronos? I mean, it's up 10% in the last 6 hours. Very, very small market cap and liquidity, though. So this is a very high-risk asset right here. So be careful, bro. It's been out for like a week. Shazan said, real quick, Kandir, I hope I pronounced it. What's up? What's going on, bro? Shazan said, going to start trading on Kronos DeFi. Any tips? What do you mean? Like, so you're going to be trading on DeFi? I would say, like, just be careful. One thing I always say, you're a member, right? Yeah. So members only tomorrow. We'll remind me. We'll go into some stuff as far as I'll help you out as far as picking out projects on Kronos. But the one thing I can say just for everybody is be careful with the liquidity and market cap. If this thing doesn't have at least like $10,000-$20,000, I would say at least $15,000 in liquidity. Be very cautious. I'm not saying that like anything with this. It's just when you see projects like this where they have very low liquidity, it's a very high risk investment where they could easily just pull, right? And don't get confused with these locks. They honestly, if they need to take this liquidity out, they will 100% take the liquidity out. Nothing's technically locked. So, but tomorrow is our members only stream. It'll be probably around 12, about 11:30, 12, about the same time right now. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys are here. And if you do miss it, you have access to all the members only streams. You guys can go back and watch it. And you can actually go back and check some of our other members only streams. We did cover DeFi in depth, but we will check it out tomorrow. And if you guys are interested in being a better trader, make sure you guys hit that join button. Randy. So Kadar, I hope I keep pronouncing your name correctly, bro. I'm sorry if I don't. Kadir said any coins we should keep an eye on like call. So like for Kronos particularly, I mean a lot of them. What I would say is a lot of them have pumped a lot recently in the last 24 hours. So I would keep an eye on Ryoshi, Mary, obviously Crow with knife, even Chucky right here. This right here, this finance token, not too bad. I would keep an eye on a lot of these projects, but I don't know if I would be buying it right now because a lot of them have pumped like crazy, right? So you might see a little bit of a cool off in the next few days on some of these projects. And it might be a good time to consider buying in. So, but listen, other than that, guys, we're gonna call it a day. Make sure you guys check out NFK on Solana. We're gonna be killing it. We already are, but we're going to be killing it even more. Make sure you guys click the link and grab your NFTs. They're selling out like crazy. I think we're approaching somewhere around like 200. We have 170 sold. We just dropped like not even 12 hours ago. So I mean, check them out. They're for the low right now, and I'm sure they're going to be the floor price will be rising on these as well. So the link's on there. You just have to connect your Solana wallet on here to pick them up. And like I said, anything that is bought is getting brought right back into the project. So other than that, guys, take your eyes off the charts for a little while. Enjoy your day. It's Saturday, especially if you're not working. Go get some sun, relax, enjoy yourselves. Don't stress about the markets. We're going to be perfectly fine. If you guys see any of those dips, especially on NFK, eat those dips up. Long term, we're going to be perfectly fine. All right, guys? Thank you. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Join us. We have our members only stream tomorrow. And just like that, we're done. Thank you again. Have a great day, and I'll see each and every one of you guys tomorrow, all right?